God, is it that bad? Get me a mirror.
It's pretty bad.
Wow.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Well, Rob, I'm glad that you're back in studio. I missed you.
I missed you too.
We're going to have a lot to talk about, especially with your trip. But first, I want to let you guys know that we are on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We are.
Who do we got today, Rob?
So we're going to start talking to Lieutenant Roy Gagney with an East Coast Fire Department. He's going to tell you how to, if you're looking to get hired as a firefighter, he's going to tell you how to go about getting that done. He's going to help you do it. For our What The segment,
Yep.
we're going to talk about the circus freaks thing. You guys have been dragging this thing out. I love the circus freaks.
Isn't it awesome?
I was listening to you guys on the road and talking about the circus freaks. I'm like, man, you guys are really enjoying this.
I know I am. I don't know about everybody else, but this was your idea, and I love it. And everybody, I don't know if you've had the chance, but it's streaming right now on like Amazon. It's streaming on Netflix. The Outpost movie. I'm gonna briefly explain some stuff about the movie, and we won't like give any spoiler alerts or anything like that. But the reason why I bring up the movie is because I think a lot of people don't understand why we have the 22 suicides a day with the veterans. I know the veterans know, but I don't think the community knows. And watching this movie, it's a prime example of why we have the suicides a day.
Okay.
22 a day. So, not super serious, but it's going to be a very intellectual show. We're going to give you some information, and of course, our tribute to the troop is Jim LaValle. We'll tell you a little bit about his story and that information.
Sounds like a good show.
Yeah, so whatever you do, you don't want to miss this, everybody. So that's it. Go to mbradio.us, the website. Download either your Android or your iPhone app so that you can listen to the show.
Ask Alexa. Or
you can ask Alexa, please play military broadcast radio. I say please because usually she don't listen or talk to me unless I say please.
Be nice to your Alexa.
Yeah, be nice, And, of course, as always, we'll be streaming off Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, the usual. So you don't have any excuse not to tune in. We've made it easy for you. So whatever you do, remember here, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving our veterans a voice. Hey everybody, it is time for a brand new show, and guess who's back?
Ooh, back from vacation.
My twin.
Twin? Oh my God, is it that bad? Get me a mirror.
It's pretty bad.
Wow.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Well, Rob, I'm glad that you're back in studio. I missed you.
I missed you too.
We're going to have a lot to talk about, especially with your trip. But first, I want to let you guys know that we are on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We are.
Who do we got today, Rob?
So we're going to start talking to Lieutenant Roy Gagney with an East Coast Fire Department. He's going to tell you how to, if you're looking to get hired as a firefighter, he's going to tell you how to go about getting that done. He's going to help you do it. For our What The segment,
yep,
we're going to talk about these circus freaks thing. You guys have been dragging this thing out. I love the circus freaks.
Isn't it awesome?
I was listening to you guys on the road and talking about the circus freaks. I'm like, man, you guys are really enjoying this.
I know I am. I don't know about everybody else, but this was your idea, and I love it. And everybody, I don't know if you've had the chance, but it's streaming right now on like Amazon. It's streaming on Netflix. The Outpost movie. I'm gonna briefly explain some stuff about the movie, and we won't like give any spoiler alerts or anything like that. But the reason why I bring up the movie is because I think a lot of people don't understand why we have the 22 suicides a day with the veterans. I know the veterans know, but I don't think the community knows. And watching this movie, it's a prime example of why we have the suicides a day.
Okay.
22 a day. So, not super serious, but it's going to be a very intellectual show. We're going to give you some information, and of course, our tribute to the troop is Jim LaVale. We'll tell you a little bit about his story and that information.
Sounds like a good show.
Yeah, so whatever you do, you don't want to miss this, everybody. So that's it. Go to mbradio.us, the website. Download either your Android or your iPhone app so that you can listen to the show.
Ask Alexa.
Or you can ask Alexa, please play military broadcast radio. I say please because usually she don't listen or talk to me unless I say please.
Be nice to your Alexa.
Yeah, be nice, you know. And of course, as always, we'll be streaming off Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, the usual. So you don't have any excuse not to tune in. We've made it easy for you. So whatever you do, remember here, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving our veterans a voice. Hey everybody, it is time for a brand new show, and guess who's back?
Ooh, back from vacation.
My twin.
Twin? Oh my God, is it that bad? Get me a mirror.
It's pretty bad.
Wow.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Well, Rob, I'm glad that you're back in studio. I missed you.
Oh, I missed you too.
We're going to have a lot to talk about, especially with your trip. But first, I want to let you guys know that we are on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We are.
Who do we got today, Rob?
So we're going to start talking to Lieutenant Roy Gagney with an East Coast Fire Department. He's going to tell you how to, if you're looking to get hired as a firefighter, he's going to tell you how to go about getting that done, and he's going to help you do it. For our What The segment,
yep,
we're going to talk about the circus freaks thing. You guys have been dragging this thing out. I love the circus freaks.
Isn't it awesome?
I was listening to you guys on the road, and yeah, talking about the circus freaks. I'm like, man, you guys are really enjoying this.
I know I am. I don't know about everybody else, but this was your idea, and I love it. And everybody, I don't know if you've had the chance, but it's streaming right now on like Amazon. It's streaming on Netflix. The Outpost movie. I'm gonna briefly explain some stuff about the movie, and we won't like give any spoiler alerts or anything like that. But the reason why I bring up the movie is because I think a lot of people don't understand why we have the 22 suicides a day with the veterans. I know the veterans know, but I don't think the community knows. And watching this movie, it's a prime example of why we have the suicides a day.
Okay.
22 a day. So, not super serious, but it's going to be a very intellectual show. We're going to give you some information, and of course, our tribute to the troop is Jim LaVale. We'll tell you a little bit about his story and that information.
Sounds like a good show.
Yeah, so whatever you do, you don't want to miss this, everybody. So that's it. Go to mbradio.us, the website. Download either your Android or your iPhone app so that you can listen to the show.
Ask Alexa.
Or you can ask Alexa, please play military broadcast radio. I say please because usually she don't listen or talk to me unless I say please.
Be nice to your Alexa.
Yeah, be nice, And of course, as always, we'll be streaming off Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, the usual. So you don't have any excuse not to tune in. We've made it easy for you. So whatever you do, remember here, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, giving our veterans a voice. Hey everybody, it is time for a brand new show, and guess who's back?
Ooh, back from vacation.
My twin.
Twin? Oh my God, is it that bad? Get me a mirror.
It's pretty bad.
Wow.
It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. Well, Rob, I'm glad that you're back in studio. I missed you.
I missed you too.
We're going to have a lot to talk about, especially with your trip. But first, I want to let you guys know that we are on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
We are.
Who do we got today, Rob?
So we're going to start talking to Lieutenant Roy Gagney with an East Coast Fire Department. He's going to tell you how to, if you're looking to get hired as a firefighter, he's going to tell you how to go about getting that done. He's going to help you do it. for our What The segment.
Yep.
We're going to talk about the circus freaks thing. You guys have been dragging this thing out. I love the circus freaks.
Isn't it awesome?
I was listening to you guys on the road and talking about the circus freaks. I'm like, man, you guys are really enjoying this.
I know I am. I don't know about everybody else, but this was your idea, and I love it. And everybody, I don't know if you've had the chance, but it's streaming right now on like Amazon. It's streaming on Netflix. The Outpost movie. I'm gonna briefly explain some stuff about the movie, and we won't like give any spoiler alerts or anything like that. But the reason why I bring up the movie is because I think a lot of people don't understand why we have the 22 suicides a day with the veterans. I know the veterans know, but I don't think the community knows. And watching this movie, it's a prime example of why we have the suicides a day.
Okay.
22 a day. So not super serious, but it's going to be a very intellectual show. We're going to give you some information and, of course, our tribute to the troops.
My name is Melody Pittman, Director of Operation Spirit, and you're listening to the HTrain Show.
We want to remind our listeners that the opinions of our show does not necessarily reflect the opinions of MBR. Please keep in mind this is entertainment for the listener with a sense of humor.
Today's show is brought to you by Tee It Up for the Troops. Divots can be replaced. Freedom cannot. Portions of this program may not be suitable for those under the age of 18. Parental guidance is suggested, but not mandatory.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
I don't care if it sounds crazy and has a brain injury. He is funny as
We're definitely in support of those that serve.
Rock has 2 words of advice for you. Simply put, get ready.
There's a lot of non-profit organizations out there.
I've seen a lot of stuff in my life, but that was awesome.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Business to mainstream come true.
The HTrain Show.
HTrain show. On your butt.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time once again, broadcasting from the Colorado Media School here in the Belvoir area. Ladies and gentlemen, my super co-host is back from vacation.
I'm super now? That's
super.
awesome.
Super.
I feel super.
So, of course, the twins are back. What are you going to do? You can't see me.
Does that have to grow a goatee now?
Dude, that would be awesome if you could.
I can grow facial hair just by thinking about it. I can have one by the end of the day if you want.
There you go. We should test that.
All right.
We should test that.
It's on the way.
Here in Colorado, it is another edition of the HTrain Show, where here our only mission is to show veterans and all of our men and women in uniform all over the world that there are more programs out there beyond the VA. My name's HTrain.
And I'm Rob,
the super co-host. Thank you for riding with us. So,
yeah. How you been, man?
I've been good.
Yes,
You've been.
I love listening to you and Moo Moon. She did awesome.
She did.
Our dirty Canadian.
Yes.
Waving the flag and everything, man.
Yeah.
She was awesome.
Yeah, she was. Now
I got some big boots to fill now. I mean, they're full, they're moose boots, but I got to fill them.
And if you guys didn't know, these are our new uniform.
Yeah, what's up?
I shouldn't say sponsored, but they were inspired by Rob.
Love the shop shirts. These things are comfy as heck, man.
Yeah, they are. I was kind of really surprised.
And you can safely conceal anything underneath them that you need to.
There you go.
If you know what I mean.
There you go. So if you're just tuning in now and you didn't realize that that Rob was gone, he went on a trip to Connecticut.
Yeah.
Tell us about how that went.
It was tough, man. It was tough. So the goal was to do 1,000 miles the first day. For those of you who are motorcycle riders, we call that an iron butt. So yeah, I wanted to get my iron butt done. I wanted to earn myself my iron butt license plate frame. And
where did you get this iron butt license plates frame from?
From, oddly enough, the Iron Butt Association.
Oh, okay. Do you have to pay dues for that?
Nope, no. So all you do is ride 1,000 miles. I think you pay $35 one time. You have to show GPS tracks. You have to show gas receipts, and you have to have starting picture and ending picture.
Okay, all right.
And so I did that. It started off awesome. I left Colorado at 5 a.m. And the goal was to make it to Chicago, which would be put me at 1,000 miles, and I made it. But the last 100 miles was in pouring rain and blowing winds and, typical Chicago weather.
Right.
So the last couple miles were pretty tough. And then I left Chicago and did the last 800 miles into Connecticut where my family lives. And it rained all through Ohio and the western part of Pennsylvania. So I get to the western part of Pennsylvania and I'm grumpy, I'm hungry. It's been pouring rain on me for 2 days now, and I'm like just miserable.
Yeah.
And then the clouds parted and the sun came out. My mood changed, and I realized that, hey, I'm riding through the Pennsylvania mountains on a motorcycle. This is like a dream trip for a lot of people.
Right.
It was epic, dude. It was so awesome. I did 4,000 miles in a matter of just about a week.
Nice.
Yeah. I got home last Monday night, right while you guys were in the middle of the show. So,
okay.
I got to catch the last half of the show because my headpiece for my helmet died right as I hit the Colorado border. So I wasn't able to listen to the first part of the show.
It's time for you to invest in a bat wing or something.
What's a bat wing?
Bat wing, so that you can put a radio, so you can listen to the radio on your bike.
So I just stream through my phone and it streams into my helmet.
Right, but if you have a radio, bat wing on your bike, you never have to worry about charging. It's constantly playing the music.
Oh, I don't know. I've never seen something like that.
Well, I have it on my bike.
Oh, really?
The headset, the 2 speakers.
Oh, I never realized that. I know you had a radio on there, but I didn't realize that's what it was called.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Fairing. That's another word for bat wing, a fairing.
Yeah, okay.
But you can get a fairing put on any bike.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They just call it a bat wing. That's what they normally call it.
I never heard that before. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll look into it.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I dealt with that because I used to wear a helmet all the time just so that I could listen to music, and the thing would die after like 2 hours.
Mine lasts about 6, but yeah.
That's pretty good, actually.
Yeah, and it just plays through the phone, so it works for me. But it was an awesome trip. Obviously, I was trying to do. My goal when I retired was to do a trip from Argentina to the north to Alaska. I was going to try to go pole to pole.
Okay.
But obviously because of COVID, that didn't work. But I was able to stay within the States and, go see some family and still have my epic motorcycle trip. So it was pretty awesome.
Nice. Okay. Well, I want to. You doing your trip kind of inspired me. I want to do. Well, I had planned on doing one last. Not this May, but like last year May, and my dad ended up coming and staying with me.
Yeah, I remember.
And I'm thinking about taking the bike after I get the work done on it.
Yeah.
Tuesday, I'm thinking about taking it and driving to Indiana and back, because I've driven to Sturgis, but I'm pretty sure Sturgis isn't 1,000 miles. Might be lucky if it's like 600.
Yeah, I'm gonna head to Sturgis this year.
Now, so I don't know if you heard the new guidelines for Sturgis, but it's I haven't seen it on paper. I just kind of like read it. So from what I gather for Sturgis, they're gonna have testing stations.
Oh wow!
They're not testing everybody. They're only testing like random.
Okay.
But if you're subject to test, you have to pay for the test, and it's $150.
Oh wow.
And that test is only good for that day. So that means that you could get tested, come back the next day, and then you have to be randomly tested again.
Oh god, wow.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
So
I hear it's not a pleasant test either.
I don't know about the test. What it is. I just know
Shove a
that
Q-tip that's about the length of your forearm up your nose.
Oh.
It's not happiness.
How would they do that and then like because they can't test right then and there. It takes a couple of days.
Yes, it does.
So I don't know how they're gonna plan on doing that. I don't think Sturgis is gonna be as great as they anticipated, planned on it.
I think this is going to be a banner year for it. This is the 80th anniversary.
Right.
And I know, there's a ton of stuff going on there. So I think it's going to be a good time. I think you're going to see a bigger turnout than you're expecting. That's what happened last night at Bandamere.
I just wonder how much of a pain in the butt it's going to be.
Probably quite a bit.
Yeah.
But it'll be worth it.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a good time. I've been talking to there's a bunch of different motorcycle companies going up there. I've been talking to a bunch of people in there. Everybody's still planning on going. Did you lose something, man? What you got going on there?
My cord for the microphone apparently it fell down. So, but I don't know much of it. I know that I kind of wanted to do Sturgis this year, but I decided it's kind of it seemed. Even my wife looked at it and she was like, "It seems kind of like it's going to be a pain in the butt." And I'm like, "Okay, well, we can go anywhere that you want." And since I've been teaching Moon, the stuff. Now I think I have her sit in for me.
Nice.
And you two do the show.
Heck yeah, me and the Dirty Canadian?
Yes.
Absolutely, dude.
And then me and my bike will go to Indiana to visit my dad because, me and my dad, we didn't get along. We've gotten along a little bit better, but, He's almost in his 80s and stuff. So
that was it. I hadn't been back to Connecticut in years. Probably 5 years. So it was time to go back, see the family, see the sisters, best friend, all those people. Yeah. And I did. I got to connect with. I have a friend that's a state trooper out there. Got to connect with her and have some conversations with her and check on her, make sure she's doing good. And my buddy, he has 3 young boys, all under the ages of 7. And we've actually talked about him on this show.
Yeah.
And some of the trials and tribulations he's got going on with homeschooling and things like that. So it was good to go see him get completely hammered one night, fall down a flight of stairs. It was awesome.
Well,
Tito's vodka will sneak up on you when you least expect it.
Talking about hammering and stuff, I didn't drink. I know Rob's going to bring this up.
Look at you getting ahead of it.
So, yes. Might as well get ahead of it before it gets you, So, 4th of
Joel
July.
Experience Colorado.
Yeah. So, come July 4th, we went. Because the dogs are freaking out, dude. Like the shaking, Cass felt bad.
Yeah, ours too.
We went to Petco, and we got edibles for calming dogs on. And no, I did not eat the edibles for the dog. I bought my own.
I would.
But we, and I told my wife, because my wife, my dad, a lot of people in family, still a lot of people in general today, they just kind of have that, that stigma of, anything marijuana is not good.
Yeah,
You're just going to have that,
Well, yeah, it's a different generation.
Right. So I told my wife, I'm like, well, I haven't had one before. So I'm going to have one. I'm going to try one.
So what'd you get?
So I got these gummy bear things. And I had one. One, Rob.
Yep.
And it knocked me on my butt.
Did it really?
It knocked me on my butt. I was high. These 4th of July firecrackers going off. I'm like, I'm like, whatever.
How'd it do for the dogs? Did it work for the dogs?
Oh, dude, that little dog that I had, that dash hound, always barking, right? Yeah, it didn't bark once.
Just chilled out the rest of the. That's a genius idea. That's an awesome idea. Were they expensive?
For my fruit things, which they did a military discount. Which I thought that was kind of funny.
Oh, that's so awesome! Excuse me, do you offer military discounts on this weed? There are commanders listening to this show everywhere that just drove their car off the highway. What? Oh my God! If you're in 4th Infantry Division and you're down in Colorado Springs, that's so awesome. Oh, I'm already getting text messages.
That's
my favorite part of the whole story, that you got a military discount.
Yeah,
that's good.
They did a military discount, and the whole bottle, I think it cost me like $25.
Oh wow! So
yeah,
weed is economical. I had no idea.
Yeah.
So I haven't been stoned since I was a kid in high school.
Right.
And now that I've gotten out, now that I've retired, theoretically, I'm allowed to.
Right.
And I have so many friends that are like, dude, now that you're out, we're gonna get you high. And I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know about that. So I have not yet since I've been out. It's on the radar. It's something but yeah, that's the way I've heard it described, is that the weed now is nothing like when you and I were in high school.
See, I don't know anything about that. I just know that it was funny because I had took the one gummy bear.
Uh-huh.
And my wife looks at me and she's like, "How is it?" And I'm like, "This could be dangerous." Because you couldn't it tastes like a gummy bear.
Yeah.
Nothing unique about it. No, nothing bad tasting or anything, And for like the first 2 or 3 minutes, I'm like, okay, this isn't doing nothing. And then
2 or 3 minutes.
Within like 30 minutes, I was feeling it, but it wasn't. You
are an athlete in high school, so you weren't a stoner.
Right.
I was not an athlete, so I'll let you make do with the rest of that information.
Okay. Okay. Well, I didn't used to smoke the weed because
the weed
smoking it made me paranoid. Well, this stuff, and I told her I want something that will kind of calm me down, but not make me paranoid. So she helped me, and they kept talking about, oh, you want to get this? It's 20% off, and I'm like, no, I'm good with just this. And
so how'd you sleep that night?
Oh, like a baby. I don't think I got up until like 12.
Really, and that's what I hear from a lot of people that use it as a sleep aid these days. Is that with PTSD and nightmares and things like that, a lot of people I talk to use it just to help them sleep at night.
Right.
So that makes me happy to hear it.
But I'm not going to use it all the time. I'll only use it when really, really I need to.
Yeah.
Because I have a feeling, just like medication, you somewhat build up a tolerance. And it wouldn't take one to put me on my butt. It would take maybe like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
So just that. But we're going to go on our music break, and when we come off of that music break, who we talking to again, Rob?
Lieutenant Roy Gagney with a fire department on the East Coast. He's going to talk to us about if you are a veteran and you want to be a firefighter. He's going to talk to us about how to make that happen.
So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Hey, it's Rob with the Colorado State leader for Mission 22. Practicing social distancing today out on the road. I understand for a lot of us that with no gym being open, no jiu-jitsu going on, I know it's a challenging time right now for a lot of folks. You're looking for that community, you're looking for something. Reach out. You know the number, 303-301-5052. You can call that number anytime. I will answer. I know a lot of people are having a hard time. Reach out to your friends. Don't wait till you're in that dark place. Don't wait till you're in that pit. Before you get down there, reach out to your friends. Say, hey, let's talk. Let's go have some social distancing together. Cool? Hey, again, reach out to mission22.com.
Hi, I'm Nico Marcolongo with the Challenge Athletes Foundation. I'm proud to be here with other nonprofits to support our troops get from the front line to the finish line.
You supported us, now we're supporting you. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.MikeBravoRadio.us. Or you can hit us up iTunes and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
And in just a few minutes, we will begin adding these artifacts to the molten bronze as we cast an historic bell, the Honor Bell. The inspiration for the Honor Bell was about 3 years ago. I attended a funeral for a World War II veteran, and at the conclusion of the ceremony, there were no military honors given. And so I thought, there's got to be a better way to honor our service members, and certainly our veterans from the greatest generation. We had the concept of putting artifacts from military veterans in the actual bell.
We invited the Honor Bell Foundation from Denver, Colorado to come and watch us cast the first Honor Bell.
Each state line we stopped, we did a dignified transfer of these artifacts from one motorcycle group to the next, until we've gotten all the way here to Cincinnati and the Verdun Foundry, where we did one final dignified transfer.
It was a long journey, but it gave emphasis more to what we were doing and showing that the nation actually appreciated what we were doing.
I donated 2 of my husband's artifacts to the bell, his belt buckle from the Coast Guard and his dog tag from the Coast Guard. I just felt that the Coast Guard with the insignia on it was something that was really special.
We have artifacts from each major war since World War II.
The metal was so hot that it basically just melted those artifacts into the molten metal so that it makes those metals actually a part of the bell.
Working with the Verdun Company has just been an incredible experience for us. They've been working as partners with us all along the way, and without them, we would never have the success that we have now for the first Honor Bell.
It's neat to be able to partner with the Honor Bell Foundation that has this mission to bring one of these bells to every national cemetery.
The Honor Bell Foundation, in partnership with Cincinnati's own Verdun Company, has forged the 1,000-pound bronze bell you see in left center field. After the pregame festivities, the Honor Bell will be escorted by the Patriot Guard Riders and Cincinnati Police, who will lead the bell away from the ballpark and begin the 1,192-mile journey to the bell's permanent home at Fort Logan National Cemetery in Denver.
Tolling of the bell really signifies a solemn moment. And each time it tolls, in our case 7 times, each one of those tolls represents something special and something that was lost to our country, and in this case, a veteran. The next sound you will hear after the moment of silence that we are about to have will be the first tolling of the Honor Bell at Fort Logan National Cemetery.
These bells will be put all over the country to celebrate these lives of these soldiers that given their life truly for our freedom that we enjoy here in the United States.
Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.MikeBravoRadio.us. Or you can hit us up iTunes and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
Hi, my name is Star Baxter, and I grew up in rural Nebraska. When I was 19, I joined the United States Marine Corps and served as a military police officer from 1997 to 2005. Yes, I deployed to Kuwait and Iraq, and I saw firsthand, like many others, the toils of true hate that comes with war. I often just shook my head in disbelief, unable to comprehend what was happening to me mentally. When I came home, my mom came to visit me and insisted that I had changed and was different. Honestly, that just pissed me off more. But as time passed, I realized I had changed. The biggest realization came in March of 2005, when I took my then 5-year-old daughter to Disneyland for her birthday. We got our tickets at the gate and then entered the park. Main Street was packed. We made it about 100 feet into the park, and already 5 people had pushed or shoulder bumped us. I felt my blood pressure rising and wanted everyone to just back away. When I felt the squeeze of my hand and I looked down, my daughter looked up at me with a smile and said, "Mom, are you okay? Let's just go to the beach." I was divorced and in the middle of a custody battle. I wanted to go home to Nebraska to be with family to help me, but I was court ordered to stay in California or give up custody of my daughter, so I was forced to go through my pain alone. I self-isolated, I drank a lot, and when I did land a civilian job, I struggled with personal interactions and could not comprehend the seemingly laid-back laziness of people in general. In 2011, I was finally able to move to Colorado to be closer to family and my sister. With the help and encouragement of my sister, I started to get back to my roots of horses. It started simple, a ride here and there, helping her clean horses or helping muck stalls. Then I was asked to go to one of the shows and show a horse for our friend Brenda. She put me on a horse named Silky. Silky was patient and kind and guided me through that show. The following year, I married my now husband, Wade Davis, and we purchased 10 acres. I purchased a horse and started working with her to get back to showing myself. I discovered that with horses, I was able to go to events and be around groups of people. Being on top of a horse, no one would crowd around near you, and if someone did get too close for comfort, I'd just lie to them and say my horse kicks. They move really quick when you say that. Also, I was able to focus on my horse and not myself and my own anxieties about being around people. Slowly over the last 5 years, people have asked for my assistance and guidance to help them in their horses. I learned that I really enjoy helping those who want help and coaching. I push others to work hard and to be the best that they can be. My coaching is focused on the sport of extreme trail riding or obstacle challenges, and I often joke that it's called stupid human tricks with horses, but in reality it's a sport in which a very high level of trust and partnership needs to be in place in order to be competitive. A rider must trust that their horse will take care of them, and a horse needs to trust that the rider will not put them in a bad situation. It truly is about overcoming obstacles in life and in the arena. Photography was always a little hobby of mine. Taking pictures, I could essentially hide behind the camera and did not have to socialize with anyone. In 2018, at an obstacle challenge, I was just randomly taking pictures and I posted a few on Facebook. Those pictures got noticed, and with the help and encouragement of a few close friends, I agreed to take official pictures at an event, and to my disbelief, people actually paid me money for them. In the last 2 years, I have launched a website to advertise and promote my photography and offer horsemanship coaching. My goal and hope is that through my passions, horses, photography, and coaching, I can help others so they do not have to struggle alone like I did.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our...
Hi, my name is Ken Venera. I am programming chair of Warrior Rising, and you are listening to
All right, and we are back, everybody. You are listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show, and we're getting ready to bring up our guest, Roy. He's joining us as we speak.
He sure is trying.
And there we go. Roy, thank you so much for coming on the show. And I want to tell you,
How are you?
I'm good. I want to tell you, before we even get started, Thank you for your service.
Yeah, in a big way, man. Thanks a lot. Really. Hey, folks, for those who don't know, Lieutenant Gagney is currently on shift. He is working at a fire department on the East Coast. So yeah, if this interview gets cut drastically short, he's got to go. If you are on the East Coast and you are waiting for a fire truck to show up to your house and it takes a little bit longer, you can blame our guest for today. I have not named the department you are with, Lieutenant Gagney, so I'll let them figure that out. So we've been telling people, so you own a company called Promotional Opportunities. Veterans, when they leave the service, it is a natural progression for them to want to stay in service to people. So a lot of them transition into being police officers, paramedics, firefighters. You own a company and run a company that helps people to get hired with fire departments and promoted within fire departments. Tell us what Promotional Opportunities does.
So Promotional Opportunities really helps people with their interview process. We do a little bit of coaching, counseling, and mentoring with the fire department hiring process as well. We can help with that. Really, the written is really on the person, but the interviewing is definitely a certain set of skills, a certain set of types of questions that they ask, and we help people overcome those questions and overcome their fears and the uncertainty involved in the process. Get them familiar with the questions, get them familiar with how to answer them and what they're looking for, and hopefully get their scores up. You know, a lot of times candidates are separated by fractions of points, so any little bit of help, will help them. So we like to help people out and get those extra fractions of points so that they can come out ahead of somebody else.
So how long have you been a firefighter?
18 years, a little over 18 years.
Wow.
Wow.
That's a long time.
Yeah, that's a lot of cooking and a lot of fires gone to and chili eaten and things like that. So that's pretty impressive. Thank you for keeping our
I know your old
safe.
jokes. I know your old jokes.
So yeah, I mean, tell us what kind of successes have you had with Promotional Opportunities?
We've had some great successes. Two of the people that we've helped right now are sitting number 3 and number 14 on one of our lists in the area, and
wow,
they've been really, really good. Couple of the people we just helped with a promotional exam that they just took. One sitting at number 1 and one sitting at number 2. So
wow,
it is a lot of what you put into it. If you don't practice and you don't follow the techniques that we show you, and you try to, I wouldn't say take matters in your own hands a little bit, but because we're not perfect, of course, but if you follow the way we do things and how we do it and the advice that we give, chances are you're going to do better than you would have on your own. That's for sure.
Clearly, based
we
on
like to think
those
that
numbers.
anyway. What's that?
I said clearly based on those numbers. That's impressive.
Yeah. So we've been excited. We've definitely been excited. We have a couple more things coming down the pipe. We're getting in an online class. There's a new format coming out for first responders for online education, and one of the platforms that's coming up has asked us to join their team. So we're going to put a seminar class up there and our one-on-one class up there for anybody to go to and purchase and start to look at videos and things of that nature. So we're excited there too.
So
that way we can reach more people nationwide that way.
That's awesome. Are you currently just up and down the East Coast, or are you?
So far our advertising has been solely word of mouth, which has been great. It's word of mouth is one of the best ways to advertise, of course, but we are going to branch out, get on top of that, accept that invite to be a part of their team and get our name out there a little bit more nationwide and help more people.
So you were in the Army for a short time before you were a firefighter, correct?
Yes.
So did being in the Army and being a veteran help you to get hired as a firefighter?
Again, that really just depends on the department that you're applying for. Every department can put up different standards and requirements. So it depends on the department you're going for, and it'll usually be in their employment announcement or in their application on whether or not they're giving veteran points or giving points for college education or, any type of extra, residency points if you live in the town that's actually doing the hiring. Sometimes they'll give you points for that too. It really all depends on the department and the city or town that you're applying for.
Oh, wow. Okay. That's very cool. Very cool. A lot of service members, you get a lot of Army medics or Navy, Marine Corps. What do the Navy call them guys? Devil docs. What do they call them? What's the Navy corpsmen? Navy corpsmen. Those are the guys that want to make that transition. They've enjoyed their time helping people,
sure.
and that now they're looking to make that transition. Does having things like being a corpsman, being an EMT or a paramedic, does that help to get hired as a firefighter?
Definitely. A lot of departments now are requiring you to have some type of medical training.
Oh.
A lot of them are requiring you to have the EMT or the paramedic's license or certificate that's in their area. That's towards their state or toward at least national registry, so that you can transition through reciprocity to their state. But most military medics and military medical people have a national registry certificate or license. So the transition is not that difficult at all.
And most of the time, veterans are probably physically fit and able to pass that physical exam a lot easier, things like that.
Sure. Yeah, most departments now have made a serious nationwide transition to what's called CPAT, the Candidate Physical Aptitude Test. And they're given all over the country. You can travel to take it if it's not happening in your area anytime soon. You can travel to take it year round. And I believe Florida and Chicago have indoor courses. You can go there and take them. Connecticut only runs it in the spring and in the fall because of weather, because theirs is outside. But they're all over. All you have to do is research CPAT, CPAT, and you can find that class anywhere around the country, really.
Okay, very cool.
So because of the recent COVID virus activities, this class that you guys are doing online, do you see a big increase or a big drop ever since the stuff started?
Really, it's our big increases and decreases happen when tests in the area happen.
Okay.
Most people, unfortunately, we tell people don't wait to start practicing for your interview, because most people will wait until their written is done and they passed it, and before they realize that they have an interview a week or two away, and then they try to start practicing and cramming in all this time. So we try to tell people don't wait. Practice from moment one. Whenever you feel like you want the job, that's when you start to practice your interview process. Whenever you feel like you want to be promoted, start that interview process. Start practicing. So we try to get people to start as early as possible, just so they're ready whenever that comes up, because there's no rhyme or reason to when towns and cities will put out a test. So all of a sudden your town can test tomorrow and say, okay, applications close in a month and we're going to give a test. So it doesn't give you a lot of time at the moment of the application process starting or the test happening. So we always say just start off, and that way you have plenty of time to practice and get comfortable and work out those bugs that you may have, or that nervousness or that anxiety. We try to eliminate that altogether.
So let's say that I'm getting ready to get out of the military. I've done my 4 years. I'm at Virginia Beach at the Navy station, whatever the case may be, and I'm getting ready to I've done my 4 years, and I've decided it's time to get out, and I want to be a fireman or a firefighter. Excuse me, that's the correct term now, firefighter. In some big city close to me. When should I start reaching out to you?
You reach out to us anytime. We'll be more than happy to go over any entry level questions that you want to go over, or we'll give you our packet of entry level questions that we normally go over, and we can get you answering those questions, feeling good about when they ask you, tell me about yourself. Not a lot of people are good at that. We get you comfortable with that. We break down your resume for you. We break down the job description so that you can apply what you've done to the job that you're going for, so you're more marketable in that respect. So we get down very specific into every person's resume and what they've done in their life, and we'll give them a leg up over somebody else. And we just basically tell them how to sell themselves that way.
Wow, that's awesome. That's excellent. I like it a lot. What do you call it? What else? Talk to me, H. What else we got?
I'm first of all, I tell you, every time I go to New York City, I meet with the firefighters there, and I tell them that I really appreciate you guys' service, because you guys deploy every single day. Now, my brother, he's a firefighter, and when I came back from Iraq, I'm thinking, I'm going to see some great stuff, and unfortunately, his fire truck, they were the designated taxi for headaches and stuff. Like I was literally waiting to get into the, to see some crap, and it turned out not to be that great. And he's like, unfortunately, this is how the firefighters, normally deal with the stuff. But you guys deploy daily. Every week, you guys respond to at least a fire a week, and I tell you, I can't tell you enough how much I thank you for your service because of what you guys do. I'm sure you guys have the taxi headache delivery thing too.
Oh, yeah.
But
a lot of what the fire department does now is the medical call, so that's how we that's how we stay in business ourselves. We do a lot of medical calls and we help the ambulance, and it's all one team. So.
But I thank you so much, not only for being on the show, but thank you so much for doing what you do. My brother's firefighter in that small Kokomo, Indiana, and
Every time you say Coke.
But I'm very proud of my brother, and I'm proud of all the firefighters. So I appreciate this and this thing that you guys are doing online to even help transition or military over to civilian. Maybe they want to be a firefighter. I think it's awesome. And if there's anything ever that you guys need from us, you don't hesitate. You let Rob or me know, and we'll do our best to help you guys out.
So great. We appreciate that a lot. Thank you.
I'm going to toot Lieutenant Gagney's horn a little bit here. There's some things that people might not know about Gagney. He was on the ground on September 11th, worked as a paramedic that day, and was called to New York City and helped establish an aid station.
Wow.
We spent, 48 hours at Ground Zero? Something like that? How long were you on Ground Zero? 24 hours? 48 hours?
Yeah, a little over 24 hours.
So yeah, he was there for them. So yeah, absolutely. Hey, so if people want to reach out to promotional opportunities, how can they contact you?
You can find our website, promotionalopportunities.net, or you can reach out to us via email, which is info@promotionalopportunities.net. And either way, our website is there and has our email. You can contact us through that. We have some great videos up there, so you can hear about what we do and see what we do, and just some random tips that we threw up there on video, so you can check those out. And hopefully we'll have that link for those online classes coming up. But either way, we always do one-on-ones. We can do it through Zoom. We can do it through Google Meets, Google Teams, whatever you have. FaceTime.
Are you on social media, Lieutenant Gagney?
We are. We are on social media. We have a Facebook page, and that's Promotional Opportunities. And our Instagram is also promotional opportunities.
Oh, is it? Okay, cool. Well, thanks for sharing that with us, Lieutenant Gagney.
I'm not good at social media. he always breaks their stones about that. He always breaks their stones about social media.
That's good stuff right there. Hey, are we gonna give him the two minutes to shine or what?
You got another question before we hit that shine?
No, man, I got a cigar outside that needs smoke.
Okay, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, today's sponsor for our Your Time to Shine. I can't. I'm still trying to learn how to pronounce it. I know it's Diana, but it's
just Diane. Diane Zawaya.
That's the last name that I have a hard time. Anyways, they are our sponsor for Time to Shine, and Rob will explain to you what Your Time to Shine is about.
Our radio show is going to be a whole lot better if you never.
You just joining in, so don't be faking the funk. You like it.
Hey, Lieutenant Gagney, what do you call it? So this is your 2 minutes to shine. There may have been a question that we missed that we didn't get to ask you. Maybe something you want to talk about, something you want to highlight. You want to give a shout out to somebody, whatever the case may be. You got 2 minutes. Go.
I'd just like to thank you guys, actually, for letting me on the show and what you did. I mean, you both served in the military, and everybody's always thanking us for our service, and I think you guys deserve props, too, for letting us do what we do every day, that's for sure. So that's my time to shine, is to kind of push it back on you guys a little bit there and say thank you.
Did he just flip the script?
He flipped the script.
How do you flip the script on us?
I don't know. He just did it.
It's our radio show. How does this happen? Whatever, man. Hey, so one of our favorite things about firefighters is you guys are legendary for pranks on each other. So are there like 9 guys standing with a bucket of water over your head right now or something?
No, actually, our station's under renovations right now, so there's only 4 of us here and not 8. So we're getting away with a little bit of downtime on that.
And they don't know where you are right now, are you? You snuck away, didn't you?
Nope. Exactly. I've been here for 18 years.
Yeah. Sounds like we need to send them an invite.
And Rob forgot to mention that me and him, we collect firefighter shirts. So if you have shirts, you can send it to us, and we'll wear it on the show.
We will. And if you have anything for promotional opportunities, you want to share it as well, send it our way.
I definitely will.
Okay. Hey, have a safe night.
They're on the way.
Please be safe, and tell the rest of your crew that we're thinking about them, and please be safe tonight, guys.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.
Good meeting you, Roy.
You as well, sir. Have a good night.
Bye-bye.
The end button right there. Yeah, hang up on it.
All right. Oh, man. I tell you what, if and I gotta go back to our video thing. There we go. That was a good. He sounds like a good guy. What they're doing sounds amazing, actually.
I mean, I don't think I've ever met a firefighter and like walked away from the conversation and been like, man, that guy was a jerk. They're all good guys.
Yeah, they are.
They're all great people. They're there. They're in their heart. They want to help. Nobody gets into that job because they're gonna want to get rich.
Right.
Which
No,
is why
you're
it's
exactly.
It's perfect for the military.
Have you seen the movie? You know, I'm a movie guy. What can I say?
I do.
Have you seen the brand new movie about the state king of State Island, or it's something like that?
King of Staten Island?
It's King of Staten Island.
I have not.
Okay, so you want to definitely watch it. My wife isn't really into movies, and we watched it, and she's like, this was pretty good. Okay.
Okay, cool.
But the thing about it, a lot of people don't know, is that it's pretty much a true story.
Really?
So the guy that had Dan Crenshaw?
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy that sat there on Saturday Night Live and was making fun of him and all that stuff.
That's a harsh story.
Right.
That's a pretty rough story.
So he had them on, but the truth of the matter is Pete's dad died in 9/11.
Oh, wow.
He was a firefighter, went and tried to help.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't know that if he didn't bring that out. He keeps that down low.
That guy from Saturday Night Live?
Yes.
Wow.
So Dan Crenshaw, when he came on, he expressed to everybody that his dad died in 9/11. And in this movie that they portrayed, is basically about his life.
Wow. Okay. Well, now I'm going to look it up.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a movie
And
guy,
it
but I'm gonna
was
look it up.
it was a really good, funny movie.
Wow.
Like, it wasn't sad or anything, but it was really good, fun. I liked it. I watched it 2 or 3 times. It's pretty good.
If it's not Star Wars, I probably haven't seen it. I watch Star Wars on repeat.
Well, I tell you what, we are getting ready to go on a music break. But before we go on a music break, I want to add some stuff. And while I'm adding some stuff, Rob, let's reiterate and let everybody know what's going on this Saturday.
So this Saturday, Military Broadcast Radio and the HTrain show will be broadcasting live from Douglas County Firearms, DCF Guns, in Castle Rock, Colorado for their Liberty Fest. If you have not heard about Liberty Fest, you need to get down to it. I don't know the address of DCF Guns, but I'm sure you can get your Google on it. It'll pop right up. Liberty Fest, they're having all kinds of sales. They're having all kinds of stuff. It's basically a post 4th of July type celebration, and we will be there all day. So will a lot of our other DJs. We are flying some DJs in, including Max, who happened to win the contest, but whatever. You know, he got lucky. It was a close game, but, you know, so Max will be there. It sounds like I just heard EJ is going to be there as well. DJ EJ in his 80s rock show.
Yep.
So you guys are going to get the full gamut of all of the DJs. I don't know if Moon is going to be there. Do you know if Moon's going to be there?
Moon's going to be there, yes.
I love it. So, yeah, you get your Midnight with Moon as well. So, yeah, that's like 4 radio shows at one location. You can meet all the DJs. You can meet basically the crew from MBR. So, you should definitely be there this coming Saturday at Douglas County Firearms, DCF Guns in Castle Rock, Colorado.
Here we go. All right, everybody. With that being said, we're going to go on our second music break. Hopefully we don't lose all the music. So when we come back, we'll be hitting the what the moment. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Teed Up for the Troops is a national nonprofit organization who uses the game of golf to help veterans as they transition from the battlefield to the home front. Our mission at Teed Up for the Troops is to honor, remember, respect, and support all those who have served in the armed forces for the United States of America. Whether they've been injured or they're suffering from some of the invisible wounds of war, we want them to know that we stand ready to help them as they take that next step in life.
I have focused more after being on a golf course. I'm generally happier, and I owe it all actually to this organization. I really wouldn't be where I'm at physically and mentally and quite frankly emotionally if it hadn't been for meeting and getting to know people in this organization.
As these military men and women return to their communities, we want them to know that there are great organizations out there to help them make that transition. And with our many connections to veteran service organizations around the country, we can make a positive difference for America's veterans and our military families. Teed Up for the Troops looks to support our veterans and military families through 6 key areas of support: suicide prevention, PTSD and traumatic brain injury treatments, employment and career pathing, sports and golf rehabilitation, housing and homelessness, and family and caregiver support. With your help and our many connections to veteran service organizations across the country, we can make a positive difference in the lives of these American veterans.
Common Ground Golf Course looks like a postcard. The USGA thought so much of this championship layout, they made it the companion course for the 2012 U.S. Amateur. Last fall, Common Ground was the victim of Mother Nature and the floods that devastated Aurora. Today, it reopened to the public. One of the best deals in Colorado is back in play.
Just the fact that we're back out here and able to play the full course today is amazing.
Dave Troyer has a bounce in his step. He's the director of golf at Common Ground Golf Course. 8.5 months ago, you needed a boat to navigate some of its fairways.
For 3.5 weeks, we had 6 to 8 feet of water on half the golf course, and it was a devastating blow to everything that we built over the last 5 years here.
September's floods gave new meaning to the term water hazard.
Once it drained off, everything was dead. We had to go through the whole process of regrassing everything down there. You know, we resodded 5 greens, reseeded 6.5 fairways.
In the golf business, that's tough to swing.
Being closed, you know, the hard costs and the lost revenue over the time, it was over $1 million hit for us.
Golfers were forced to make do on a modified 9-hole layout. But there's good news. The grass is finally greener on the other side.
Going from water to brown, dead grass to what you see today in such a short time is amazing. Now that we're going to get some 80-degree weather, it'll just explode. And as you can see, it looks like it's in phenomenal condition already, so we're ready to go.
The comeback is nearly complete.
We're going to play winter rules on these for the first month, 6 weeks. We'll see what it takes. I would say it would be middle end of the summer before it matches the conditions of the rest of the course. Can't beat the tees and can't beat the greens, and you can always find a good lie in the fairway.
One of Common Ground's missions is to give a championship experience at an affordable price. If you're a golfer, you need to check it out. Thank you to Dave, Andy, and Arthur for letting
Project Sanctuary helps reconnect military families so our nation's heroes can finally come home. Find out how you can help at projectsanctuary.us.
Hands down, this has been the best week of my entire life.
This organization is absolutely fantastic.
I was just blown away.
Incredible time with awesome brothers.
I really had no idea how much this was going to do for me.
I'm happy. It's been just a blessing.
These last few days have been awesome, sharing my story and riding with people who still care.
What a great opportunity to be here with your brothers
and connect, talking to each other about shared experiences and getting able to sort of unload in a group of people that you're immediately comfortable with.
Some of our problems are all very much the same.
We're all in it together.
This program has just an amazing value.
It's really helped me look at myself as well as see others that are in the same situation that I've been in.
I think I finally recognized my worth.
I can't tell you, how meaningful I think the workshops, the camaraderie, and the discussions, and the writing that we've had have been for me.
The bonding with the other guys has been just as good, if not better, than the riding.
It's like we've almost all known each other for a long time.
11, incredible dudes from all parts of the country, with similar experiences, similar backgrounds, similar affinity for motorcycles.
Learn more about each other and how to deal with the stresses of life.
The depth of that relationship is absolutely amazing to me.
These people now, they'll be brothers for the rest of my life.
This organization is extremely valuable.
We'll always have this, and I'll always be able to connect with these guys that kind of get what it is to do better.
Taking home a lot of gratitude.
One of the best weeks of my entire life. I thank everybody for participating.
I just can't say thank you enough.
I think you've saved a lot of lives.
I enlisted, ready to serve, ready to defend, but my fight has just begun.
Help this hero win his fight. Visit hopeforthewarriors.org
My name is
today.
Kirk Bauer. I'm Executive Director of Disabled Sports USA. I was in the infantry, in the Delta region. It was an explosion. It flipped me over. I could tell I'd been hit bad. I spent 6 months in the hospital. Some veterans came to me. They had actually just begun an organization of disabled Vietnam vets and 10th Mountain Division World War II vets. When someone becomes disabled, the process of getting back into life, to regaining your confidence, to regaining your hope, to being a full participant in society is not an easy one. It's not a straight line. It's a struggle. It's a day-to-day struggle. I can't think of a better example than the young warrior that I went up Kilimanjaro with, Neil Duncan. He had been blown up in the highlands of Afghanistan. His 2 legs were off. He was breathing through a tube in his neck. You talk about a guy who's on the edge of death, who is just about finished. Neil Duncan was that man. When he finally got out of the hospital, we got him involved in sports. In his exuberance, Neil decided he was going to climb Kilimanjaro, and he just joined up with a group that didn't know anything about disabilities. They moved him too fast. He got up to 16,000 feet and couldn't make it any further. He was defeated. He had to come back. He said it was the hardest decision he ever made. He came to me and said, Kirk, I have failed and I can't live with myself. I know I can do the mountain, but we have to do it right. Will Disabled Sports USA help me?
Mind strong, body strong, try to find.
Sometimes it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You are going to face situations where you're going to be disappointed or discouraged or defeated. Don't let that stop you. Pick yourself back up and go on. And Neil made it to the top.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station that plays today's hits and today's connections to help our military transition to civilian life. Keep watching. Due to copyright laws, we cannot play via Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, or Twitter. If you'd like to listen to our music, feel free to download our MBR app. You can find the app at our website, which is www.mbrradio.us. That's www.mikebravoradio.us. Or you can hit us up iTunes and Android store. Keep listening. We will be right back. I promise.
Hello, my name is EJ, and I'm the host of the 80s Rock Show on Military Broadcast Radio. Each week I take you on a trip where I share great 80s rock and roll music that does not get played on the radio. The idea for the show came as a result of a playlist I created. I started to long for the great 80s rock and roll music I heard in high school on Chicago radio stations like the Loop and WCKG. So I put together the playlist, and then after a while I realized I had the foundation of what would become a great radio show. You can catch catch the 80s Rock Show here on Military Broadcast Radio, Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern. I hope to see you there.
Chapter of Petrovet, and I listen to the HTrain show.
Okay, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, you're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show, and Rob is back from vacation, if you didn't already know. Now, just to kind of recap what we have done so far, we've talked a little about, how Rob's vacation went, and then we had a great interview with Roy, basically about, hey, if you want to become a firefighter,
how to do it.
How to do it. Here's a program. I remember when my brother was doing the firefighting thing, and it's like such a hard job to get. And the one thing that was kept on gigging him was something about he wasn't passing the blood test or whatever. So he drank a bunch of cranberry juice, and he got it. So I have no idea what that means, but evidently he doesn't have a very good blood pressure thing or whatever. I have no idea.
I want you to know that there's a huge hole in that story that I'm going to fill in for you when we're off the air.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no, I don't at the time, I don't think he was on drugs or anything like that. Right. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know the whole story, but I know it didn't have anything to do with drugs. Had something to do with like his blood type or something like that. I don't remember, but I know it was a pretty tough job to get a hold of. But guess what, Rob?
These shirts are very slimming.
Yes, they are.
I look good.
Like I told my wife a long time ago.
Rob looks good?
No, I told my wife, I'm like, I like this hat. I'm digging myself.
Yeah.
Her and my mother-in-law.
Yeah.
They laughed at that for a good 7 months. I'm telling you, when I try to be funny, I'm not funny. When I don't try to be funny, everybody laughs at me.
Hey man, I'm always laughing at you.
Yeah. So is my wife. Hey, folks, this did not get my wife, let me tell you. Okay? But it is that time. It is my favorite, your favorite. It is What the Moment.
They're cool tats, man.
Oh, for real. Thank you, bro. You see the Cobra?
And what is this one?
Oh, this? That's my credo. No regrets.
You have no regrets?
Dad? Nope.
Like not even a single letter?
No way. Not me.
Well, I love him. I think he's great.
Okay.
I think he's a real winner, Casey. If I were you, I wouldn't use protection.
What the We still play that every Monday, and it's still funny.
Whoever wrote that skit didn't get paid enough.
I know, right? I know, right?
Can you name any other movie that young man has been in? Because, man, he's a brilliant actor. Look at that. Look, no regret. My credo.
He was in another movie, but I forget what it was. It's me and my wife was talking about this. if there's like movie stars or like TV stars, like when they were really, really young, have you noticed that they don't follow that career? Like they did they did the young stuff, and then after that they don't fulfill it. They don't go through.
Rick Moranis, the guy that was in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Yes.
Was in like a couple of movies when you and I were in high school, and
Yep.
then like dropped out to like raise his kids. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's good stuff right there.
Yeah.
I love that. I think he's coming back to acting. now that his
He
kids are
is. I heard it's gonna be Honey, I Shrunk the Grandkids.
That's kind of a lame transition. Wow. Really, Rick Moranis? That's the best you can do? But okay.
Well, I'm just telling you that from what I heard, that's what I heard. But ladies and gentlemen, today's What This segment, you're gonna like this, Rob. And it didn't come up like it was supposed to. That's all right. We'll fix that.
Sounds like my problem. So yeah, folks, if you have not heard, we are no longer saying that's what she said. You are now saying sounds like my prom night, and it fits exactly the same way. It's a perfect fit. Help yourself. Use it. I haven't copywritten it. I believe it comes from the folks at Motorcycle Relief Project. But yes, so yeah, we are no longer saying that's what she said. As of now, it sounds like my prom night.
So Rob, since you have a great speaking voice, I'll let you read the reading.
So if you are looking at this on Facebook Live right now and you see this picture, General Tom Thumb. General?
I guess.
Sergeant. I did 26 years. I made sergeant. This dude is a general. Born in 1838 as Charles Sherwood Stratton, known as General Tom Thumb. He was one of the most famous little person sideshows. He was a midget. Performers in history. He stopped growing at 2 feet, even though he was born at a normal height and weight. He was also discovered by P.T. Barnum himself. Charles would perform for the next 40 years and amassed wealth to what would be a millionaire would be in present days. He did lead a pretty normal life and was married to another little person named Lavina Warren. Charles started growing again, but did not pass 3 feet in height. Doctors could never figure it out. Wow, and if you're looking at that picture, that's pretty rocking. That dude was a general. That pisses me off. How did that dude make general?
Well, I watched the movie The Greatest Showman again.
Good movie.
And it cracks me up because we're doing the Circus Freak continuation.
Yep.
And I mean, it's pretty much a true story. Everybody that we've talked about, that we've researched and stuff, is in that movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive right there. I mean, I guess they prefer to be called little people nowadays. I don't mean to offend anyone. And well, honestly, if you know me, I don't care if I offend you. Yeah, so you're still a midget, whatever. But that's pretty awesome right there, dude. I love the top hat next to him. That cracks me up.
Right. Well, he wasn't. From what I understand,
he'd be perfect in this day of COVID.
Yeah,
because you're only allowed to have small gatherings.
That's a bad joke. Okay.
Max, I hope you heard that one. That was for you, buddy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is that time where we are going to be giving away something.
He's reaching into his box. He pulls out some stuff.
Boom.
Another HTrain.
Yes.
I still got your hat.
Okay, so check this out. This is the thing. Remember, our text line is 720-619-0627. By the time you get this, we need to have the answer for you to win your chance at this free hat.
All
you have to do is make me and Rob laugh. We'll shout out. We'll say it. Now, if it's something that we can't say on the air, then of course we might be like, you made us laugh. We can't say that on the air, but hey. So this little guy, what did you say his name was again? This General Tom Thumb. Women. Or, you know what, hey. it's the Z generation.
Give the number again.
720-619-0627. If you're a woman or if you're a man and you want to hit on this little guy in a bar, give us some good pickup lines, and we'll see who wins this. We'll see who wins this hat.
All right, I'm working on it. Hang on a second. I'm blasting it out to the world.
All right, there you go. So if you're watching this watch party, that's the thing. Either you can call us or text us. Let us know if you saw this little guy in the bar. What would be a good pickup line?
I don't know. I think I just had the best pickup line right there.
Right.
That's awesome, dude. All right, so I just blasted it out to the world so
there you go.
The world can find it. But yeah, text us 720-619-0627. What are you going to say to General Tom Thumb as a pickup line? Or, hey, I'll just take a joke. And Max, you're not eligible. Gary Brown. Hey, what's up? What is up, dude? This dude, one of the best flight medics I ever flew with. That dude is awesome. So, I'm not going to give his real name, but let's just call him Gary for now.
Okay.
He has a condition called, I believe it's called alopecia.
Okay.
And so basically hair grows in weird spots and it's very faint, things like that. He doesn't grow hair very well. This is 2003, or 2004 Iraq. And people would ask him, so everybody in 2004, you deployed, everybody's growing their calf stashes, their mustaches, right?
Right.
And so he's only got half of a mustache. And so if you've ever seen somebody with half a mustache, it looks really weird.
Right.
And so people are walking up to him all day. Walk up to him. Hey, Gary, what's up with the half stash? And he gets indignant. He gets super mad. He's like, I have a disease. Is that okay with you? And he like starts yelling at people and whatnot. People are like, whoa, sorry, dude. I had no idea. And they'd walk away, and we'd be in hysterics. We'd be laughing our tails off. It was so funny. So we go, and we have an event, and the commander is there. And the commander walks by, and the commander's a major for aviation. And he walks by, and he goes, hey, Sergeant, what's up with the half stash? And we're sitting next to each other. Gary looks at me, and he looks at him, and he looks at me, and I'm like, don't do it. Don't do it. One of my favorite stories from Iraq. But yeah, one of the best flight medics I've ever worked with. That guy's awesome.
Well, we don't have anything. We don't have anything yet.
Well, it's because nobody's as funny as we are.
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. In fact, I'll tell you. Here's a funny thing. So when when we do these remotes and stuff, like, I think there's going to be a time where I go up to somebody and say, hey, dude, you should really talk to Rob because his brother can do like 300 push-ups in like 45 seconds. So they're going to come up to Rob and they're like, hey, dude, I heard your brother can do a lot of push-ups. And what do you say?
I don't know what.
Oh, I figured you've heard this before.
No.
You would say, dude, that's not funny. My brother, he blew up his hands with a vape machine. He has no arms.
I've never heard this before. What kind of parties do you go to, dude? Where do these jokes come from?
Well, there's a lot of them that are a lot better than dad jokes.
Oh man. Hey, anytime, Gary. Anytime. I'm glad you listened to the show. Oh my goodness, dude. Yeah, I don't know where. I have never heard that before. Where have you come up with that?
I thought it was just basic knowledge. I'm glad I didn't say it. I'm glad I didn't say anything. See, I'm glad we need to be on one page.
We don't need people to text. We make ourselves laugh.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking too.
Check my phone.
It's
here.
okay.
Let's see who sent me something. Get a dually. Blah, blah. Muchas gracias. Yeah, thanks for all the Spanish. I appreciate it, folks. Does everybody know that I don't speak Spanish? Is that why I get all these?
You got an A on your term paper.
I did. Thank you, Art. I really appreciate that. But all right. So, what's your pickup line for General Tom Thumb?
Well, mine would be, are you just happy to see me, or you just like to stand up?
God, come on, man. We can do better than that. Hey, can you get me a knee high? No, hang on, give me a second. I can do this. Pickup lines for a midget. How has no one in our listening audience got a good how to pick up a midget joke? Really? Of all the veterans in the world, all you do is make midget jokes. I finally give you the stage. You have free reign. Text or call right now and let me hear your midget jokes.
Right?
You got nothing? This is amazing to me.
That's okay. Everybody's still, sobering up from their 4th of July weekend.
That's true. I talked to a friend, and at like high noon yesterday. But today's Monday, so Sunday. I talked to him yesterday at high noon. I'm like, hey man, how you holding up? He's like, it's not good. It's not good at all. Okay then. People really took their Independence Day seriously this year. I like it. What did you guys? You obviously you didn't blow anything up.
No, but it was nice. We just put the chairs in the driveway, and it was the first time ever that I literally smelled napalm in the air.
Oh, so we went to this in Wyoming, in Laramie, Wyoming. There is a campground with a fireworks stand on the campground. And you pull in, you sign a waiver, and from 5 miles away, you can see this war going on off in the distance. And you're like, wow, what the heck is that? And it looks like a professional fireworks display from 5 miles away. You're driving down 287, and you pull in, they sign the waiver, and the guy hands you a box of 50 mortars and says, this is from us to you, thank you for coming. And dude, you go out, you just park in this field, and there it looks like, picture every firefight you've ever been to, and it looks just like that. There's explosions going off everywhere.
Wow.
It's people that have been there drinking all day. There's just crazy explosions going off. So we set off our 50 mortars, and then my son, who is now 18, 19, this was his first opportunity to buy fireworks, so he blew his whole paycheck in a matter of like 20 minutes. Oh, dude, you wouldn't believe the stuff this kid came out with. Stuff that like EOD techs in the military
Is fireworks still expensive as they were when me and you were kids?
I don't think so. They was pretty
You got a
economical.
bug on your
Well, don't eat it.
collar.
Fill up and ruin your dinner.
No, I flicked it.
Our new shirts have bugs.
No, not usually. Well, I was just like looking at it because I'm like, did I accidentally spit on Rob?
No.
And then it started moving. I'm like, oh, that's a bug.
I think it came out of your goatee is what it is. You need some flea and tick repellent for that thing. Needs a good bath.
Right?
Some sheep dip. But
well, I tell you what.
I realize that when we go off air, I'm going to get 37 text messages with midget jokes.
Right? Oh, here we go. Where were you when I told some chick that my mother put hot grease on me because of my hair?
Gary, I was not there for that one, but I'll bet it was a good story. My mother put hot grease on me because of my hair.
Boy.
So he remembers that story too, is what he's trying to tell you. Oh, hang on. So do you believe in love at first sight? Because if I could walk by here 2 or 3 times, you need me to. So all right. Dale is trying to earn his second hat, is what it is.
Okay.
Scroll up a little bit. You see what that says?
Do you believe in love at first sight? Because I can walk by
2 or 3 times if you need me to. Look, man, you already got a hat. How many hats do you need, Dale?
Dale, you know what? We'll hook you up with a shirt since you already have a hat. Thanks for listening, brother. But hey, we want to say thank you to Amanda Opdyke, who researches this the circus freak stuff
Amanda,
that we do.
What does your Google search history look like, man? Really? This is what you do during the week? You Google circus freaks? This is what you do?
Oh, lordy. Well, everybody, we're going to go on a music break, and when we come off of the music break, we'll be hitting the ugly truth. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Military Broadcast Radio Network. My name is Dominic Lawson, and I am the host of The Startup Life, the show for entrepreneurs and career-minded professionals. And we are so glad and so eager to bring The Startup Life to the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Now, you may be wondering, who the hell am I? What the hell is The Startup Life? I'm glad you asked. So, first me. I'm an Army vet for 5 years, and while I was in the service, I had all these ideas for starting a company and stuff like that, but I wasn't sure what to do about that. So when I got out of the service, I was like, you know what, maybe I'm not ready just yet. So I went back to work. The thing is about when you have that entrepreneurial mindset, those ideas just never go away. So I talked to my wife, and coming to find out, she had the same idea about starting a company. So we talked about it, and we started a company. We started Owls LLC, an education consulting firm where we write curriculum and do professional development with teachers, school districts, nonprofits, and things of that nature. And then from there, I started noticing all of these different business philosophies, the way a school has its business model, another business have their business model, and I started writing this blog. And the thing is about that blog is that, it was taking a lot of time. So my wife, being the smarter half of us, said, you know what, you should start a podcast. So in November 1st of 2016, that's exactly what we did. We started The Startup Life. And so that was 3.5 years ago. And now we've grown the show to over 160 episodes. Now, what you get from The Startup Life is we bring in the best business minds from around the world. We're talking Mark Randolph, the co-founder and first CEO of Netflix. We're talking about Tom Golisano, the founder and chairman of Paychex. We're even talking about the chairman of JetBlue Airways and Stanford business professor, Joel Peterson. And so we bring all of these great business minds and we bring them to you, MBR. So that way you can scale your entrepreneurial mindset. You can scale your leadership acumen, whether you're still in the service or you're about to become a veteran and start that path of civilian life. So if you're ready to upgrade your entrepreneurial mindset and you're ready to just totally level up, join me every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the Military Broadcast Radio Network. Let's go.
Man, we're stuck. The coronavirus is really taking a huge toll on everyone, especially people with disabilities.
When I found out about the Paralympics being postponed until 2021, I felt devastated right away. But CAF has really helped.
I was so excited to hear from the Challenge Athletes Foundation that I received a grant for some training, which is going to be so helpful once I'm able to get active and back at the barn.
This grant was truly a ray of sunshine in an otherwise dark time.
I'm smiling because I received my first CAF grant to travel all over the world.
I would just like to take a moment and thank the Challenge Athletes Foundation and their donors for me to get a new basketball wheelchair.
They're giving everybody that I care about and I know hope.
I'm so excited to get running legs.
Thank you, CAF, for supporting me in my dreams.
I cannot wait until we beat this pandemic together.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Tim Wakeside. I'm the president of Tee It Up for the Troops. And like you, I've been kind of cooped up at home, and this coronavirus has us all dealing with these stay-at-home orders. And we decided, let's get outside, let's have a little fun, and let's see if we can also support America's veterans and military families. So our team at Tee It Up for the Troops put their heads together, and we're really excited to launch our new Step It Up for the Heroes Challenge. So the Step It Up for the Heroes Challenge is a very simple exercise where you can do it just about anywhere, and our heroes, our American military veterans, they stepped up for us, and so it's time for us to step up for them. As I said, this is a challenge you can do with anyone. You can do it anywhere. You can do it any day. We've actually come up with 6 different activities. Some are golf related, some are kind of social related, like a virtual happy hour or something like that. And you can even pick your own choice of an activity if that meets your needs better. So have some fun with it. It's easy to do. All you have to do is go to our Tee It Up for the Troops website, which is teeitupforthetroops.org. You'll register on our website. When you register, we'd ask you to consider making a donation. All of the donations that you make will go direct towards supporting our veterans and our military families. And once you register and sign in, you complete your challenge. And we ask that when you do your challenge, have fun with it, capture some photos, capture some videos, and then take it viral. Go and post this on your social media sites. Tag Tee It Up for the Troops. Add us into your post, and then you go out and we ask you to challenge others to also do this. So the Step It Up for Heroes challenge, again, tag us, include us, and then move on to inviting other friends and family to get involved with this as well. At the end of this, we will be selecting some of the best videos and photos, the most inspiring, the most fun, and then we'll be sending the winners a pullover like I have on right here for Tee It Up for the Troops. So as I mentioned, all the information you need can be found on our website at teeitupforthetroops.org, and you can get everything you need there to figure out how to register and get involved. So the reality of the situation we're in today with this pandemic is that all of us are having to deal with very difficult situations, but the truth is that our combat veterans, many of whom are already dealing with PTSD and high anxieties and other things related to combat, maybe even thoughts of suicide, they're really having a difficult time. And so it's time for us to step up and support them. And so I encourage you to please go to our website, register. You can ship it up, you can put it up, you can do all kinds of different activities to support our American heroes. And at this time, I'm going to go ahead and lead off this challenge. I am actually going to have my daughter Haley, who plays high school golf, come out and join me, because we're going to have a little challenge amongst ourselves as we also challenge all of you to be a part of this. And I personally am going to challenge 4 people that I want to take part in this challenge. First of all, I'd like to challenge Joe Bear. Joe is a longtime board member for Tee It Up for the Troops, and I know he will enjoy this. I'd also like to challenge Matt Clifford. Matt's a longtime supporter of Tee It Up for the Troops and a guy that loves the game of golf. I'd also like to challenge Derek Donovan. Derek's a United States Marine Corps helicopter pilot, and he also loves the game of golf. And finally, I challenge Bruce Stenslin, a good friend and someone who loves to share things like this on social media. So let's get started. Let's get ready with the challenge. Ladies first, so my daughter Haley will lead off with the putting challenge. We have got a very sloped and uphill challenge with the goal of bending this putt.
My name is Stan Smith. I'm the co-founder of Thank You First Responder. You're listening to your
All right, kids, we're back. And you're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show. Rob is back in studio from vacation. We had a great talk with Roy about how to become a firefighter and how they're doing online work to help prepare you for that interview. We also did our continuation with the circus freak and pissed Rob off because he found out he was a general.
General Tom Thumb. That's garbage, man. Where'd that guy get his commission? That is trash. So I'm getting these text messages and these messages on Messenger. I can't read those jokes live on air, folks. That's not nice. I can't do that. Merlin Ross, I'm looking at you. I can't read that on air. But I appreciate you sending it.
Yeah.
Dale Lavacek sending us jokes. Yeah. Keep them coming, folks. Keep them coming. Hey, it's a radio. It's a family-friendly radio show, folks. Maybe, kind of. I love the music, man. Moon did good programming.
She's great. She's great.
Jade, Come on, Smooth Operator. I mean, if that's not veterans everywhere, are like, yeah, this song's up.
Yeah, I was singing until Rob was like, dude, you
are not Sade. You haven't lived till you've heard Joel HTrain singing Smooth Operator, dude.
Smooth Operator.
Somewhere there's a copyright infringement. There's gotta be. The FCC's like, whoa, what was that?
What was that? Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. It is the ugly truth.
I don't think we should talk about the ugly truth.
All right, the ugly truth. So, Rob, I was sitting here throughout the week trying to, come up with, like an ugly truth. Now, last week was pretty good because I think it helped a lot of people to understand that, you can do all these things, but, COVID-19, it's kind of like cancer. Nobody really knows what causes it. Nobody knows how to stop the spread. And if people knew how to stop the spread, guess what? We won't be talking about that. Businesses won't be shut down. People won't be wearing masks. Every time I go into Walmart, I think I'm in China because everybody has a mask. They've started issuing masks out at the Walmart that's by me. I don't know if that's every Walmart, but
sorry.
No, you're good. But so this movie came out and it's called The Outpost. And I don't watch a lot of war movies. In fact, I had to take quite a few breaks to watch it, but I like watching those true story movies.
Yep.
That's my wife, she likes to watch reality TV shows.
But they're not reality.
Right, exactly. She likes to watch reality TV shows. I like to watch military movies, like 1917, stuff like that. Well, anyways, I want to tell you right now that this what's the definition?
All right, so Gary just sent us one of my favorite new jokes. Yes, it will get you a hat. What is the definition of pissed off? A midget with a yo-yo. So we're giving away a T-shirt and a hat.
That's funny. That's funny.
That's good stuff right there.
That's funny.
I'm getting the other ones, jumpers, things like that's not gonna work, folks. I appreciate your efforts, but that's not gonna work.
So this Outpost movie, it is the most detailed and most realistic military war film that I've ever seen since Private Ryan, Saving Private Ryan, and.
That's a bold claim. Was that the first 20 minutes of Saving Private Ryan? That's pretty rough.
Yeah,
especially as a medic. That was rough.
But it was like real. You know what I mean?
Very much so.
But this Outpost movie, it was amazing. But the reason why I bring this up is because I get a lot of people. They're asking me, okay, so explain to me. What is this 22 a day? Now, Rob and I, mainly Rob, he supports 22, Mission 22, and that's what they're trying to do is they're trying to bring down the suicide rate.
I say it all the time. Let's get closer to zero.
Yeah, and now, the military guys already know this, but I think it's very important for me to kind of rebroadcast this for the community so that you kind of know where we're going where we're going with this. But 22 veterans that commit suicide a day, that is a number that has been identified by the VA and I don't know how many other organizations,
and it's an inaccurate number right now.
Right,
we're much higher. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupting.
Yeah, that's okay. But the important thing is a lot of these veterans, including myself, it's okay that you want to reach out and you want to talk to veterans, but sometimes there's just not a lot that you can say to us. Um, things that we've done in the past, if we was in charge of trying to save somebody and it didn't happen, it's kind of like that's a bad analogy, but it's kind of like in football. Should I have ran it or should I have thrown it, and we would have got that touchdown and we would have won. So even after our military career, we second guess ourselves
Survival skill.
on what ifs. We have nightmares. What ifs. So we have this battle going on in our head constantly every single day, and it doesn't matter if somebody comes up and says, "Hey, we understand what's going on." You can talk to a shrink. It doesn't really matter. You have this stuff going on constantly in your head, and you think to yourself, I made it back. He didn't. Am I living my life the best way that he would be proud? You kind of live your life. You kind of devote yourself to others to kind of make up for that what if, that unsuccessful, scenario that happened back then. So when people wonder, I just don't get it, why 22 veterans are committing suicide every single day. That's why they're committing suicide every single day, is because some of them, they're tired of fighting that battle. One of the reasons why I created, MBR as a nonprofit is because when you listen to music, it's therapeutical.
Yes, it is.
And I'm sitting here doing all this stuff so that I don't sit there on the couch drinking beer thinking about all this other stuff.
You're channeling.
Right. So I guess what I'm trying to say is veterans, especially those veterans that are out there that have a hard time, does it get any better? No, but you kind of learn to live with it, and you just keep yourself busy, and you have to keep on doing that. Now, my first thing was, when I got back and I'm going through this stuff, my first thing is, I told the doctor, I'm like, am I going to have to fight this until I'm like 80 years old? And he was truthful, and he was like, unfortunately, yes. And I'm no better. I'm sure Rob goes through the same thing. But if there's veterans out there that you need to be a part of a team, you need the camaraderie. Can't pronounce it.
Camaraderie.
Yeah. If you need that, come to MBR. We'll put you to work. We'll get you involved with the team. I mean, for two veterans flying in special, I mean that says something. We're all a family here. You are more than welcome to be a part. I talked with I went on a kind of like a weekend ride. I believe it was Thursday, and I met a veteran who was a Marine, and I was telling him about what we did, and he looked at me and he's like, "This is so cool," and I'm like, "Well, if you want to be a part of it, you can be a DJ." And he's like, "I never even thought of that." Well, guess what? You don't ever have to think about it. You just have to join the party, and you'll see how much fun it is.
And it is.
And
it is a lot of fun.
you will be a part of a team.
You'll be a part of a team who's helping others.
Yeah.
Service to others is a huge therapeutic event. Our whole goal sitting here talking to you guys is to take that number 22 and bring it down to 0.
Yeah.
We do this because there are tons of resources out there that are available. for you to access, and we want to be a conduit for those resources.
Right, and if you didn't already know, on the MBR website, there's a tab that says resources. That you go to that resource page. It's listed by states. You can see all the nonprofits that are out there that we've had interviews with. That, you know, maybe you are having a hard time with your wife or your kids to reconnect from, you know, the military and the civilian world, and you're like, oh well, there's Project Sanctuary, great nonprofit that does retreats and stuff. And there's more nonprofits out there. Please look on the resource page, and you know, this PSA, this ugly truth. This wasn't so much for the veterans. This was for the community that supports veterans. This is for that community to better understand why we go through. And I think that's really important, and that the community needs to know the why. They understand that, you know, it happened overseas and we don't want to talk about it and stuff like that, but try to put your foot in the boot and think about that, you know.
And it's not just about you, veterans. It's not just about you. There are resources there for your family as well, and for those around you, those that care about you. I understand a lot of you, you know, hey, I don't need therapy, I don't need to talk to somebody, I don't need nonprofits, I don't need crap selling, I'm not into it. Okay, I get it. However, no, I'm dead serious, man. I get it. I totally get it. However, it's not all about you. It's about your family. You have children. You have a wife. You have a support structure. They need it as well, because whether you realize it or not, you're probably pretty unbearable to live with. So help them out as well. So yeah, give them some resources. I being a veteran, it's a challenge for my wife as well. It's not just me. Yeah, I can be a raging sometimes.
No.
I know it's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. Thank God my wife doesn't listen to the show. Yeah, it's not just you, man. So please, by all means, reach out. There's tons of, and I get it. You know, I don't want to hear. I know a lot of you don't want to hear. Oh, go to the gym and work out. The endorphins. That's not just it. So we're here. What? Yeah, Merlin, I am not reading that on the air, but thank you very much. Good Lord, man. You guys. You know, if there's one constant, it's that veterans will be inappropriate.
Yes, but that's okay. That's all right. And hey, look, you don't have to be here at Colorado Media School to be an intern or be a part of MBR. You inform us that you want to be a part of it. We'll have you join the Get Along Gang, okay?
Get Along Gang.
So with that being said, we are gonna go to our favorite portion. You know, I should let you do this OBS thing. You know how to do it.
I do.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go to the tribute to the troops.
This button right here, right?
Well, we gotta change the scene. So as soon as I play it,
I got this, folks. Don't you worry. I got this. Mash this button here. Like I say it all the time. This place looks like Darth Vader's bathroom, man. You never know what all these buttons do.
So as soon as I press it, you're gonna hit that T2T sponsor. So here we go.
Sponsored by High Style and XT, custom quality furnishings and gifts with attitude.
This is an MBR moment of heroism.
Sir, I don't know how to tell the story.
Well, you got to, Joe. You tell the American people what these men did here. You tell them how my troopers died.
Jim Lavelle was born August 23, 1920, in Texas. In 1937, he joined the Civilian Conservation Corps. After he graduated from high school in 1939, he joined the Navy. He served upon the USS Whitney in Pearl Harbor. He was aboard the ship during the attack in Pearl Harbor. In April of 1942, the USS Whitney made its way to the South Pacific to help with the war. During that time, Jim was injured when he was tossed off a stairwell and fell onto a steel deck, injuring both of his knees. He was denied to return to sea duty. While recovering from his injuries, he had a nurse who became his wife. In 1950, he became a police officer with the Dallas Police Department and eventually became a detective. He had many brushes with death during his 25-year career. The most notable incident was when Jim was escorting Lee Harvey Oswald through a corridor while handcuffed to him. Oswald was shot point-blank range by Jack Ruby. Jim Lavelle retired from the police department in 1975. He lived a quiet life for many years. He passed away in Denver, Colorado on August the 29th, 2019. He was predeceased by his wife and leaves behind 2 daughters, 3 grandchildren, and 1 great-grandson. On behalf of MBR and everyone here at the HTrain Show, our hearts and prayers go out to the family. And as always, we thank you, Jim Lavelle, for your service and sacrifice. Jim Lavelle, end of watch, August 29th, 2019.
Okay, and just so everybody knows, once again, the person that does our tribute to the troop is Chris East and Amanda Opdyke. She researches that. We want to thank them for their service and their support in the show. Couldn't do it without you. We are going to go on another music break. And when we come off this music break, it's pretty much time to end the show. We'll be hitting the 2-minute warning and all that stuff. So whatever you do, stay with us. Don't go away because you're going to want to find out who we have next week. So stay with us. Don't go away. You're listening to this show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain Show.
Hey, this is Reverend Gary Belk here with Rightly Dividing the Word of Truth. Are you into religion? Not me. Hopefully you're not either. I'm into truth. So what is truth? Well, it's not relative, it's absolute. Truth is information that it's the same for everybody, no matter where you live, no matter when you live. We're into truth. And if you want to join us, it's at like 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that would probably be like 5 a.m. here in the Mountain West. And so we would enjoy for you to join us and learn truth. So here's what, let me just share with you just a second. 7 worldviews. What worldview do you have? I'm a theist. God created. And All of the worldviews other than theism are self-defeating. So let's learn together as to why they're self-defeating and why theism is truth. Not into church doctrine, except if church doctrine is biblical. Join us this coming Sunday. God bless you. I look forward to talking with you in the future. You join us this coming Sunday, MBR. All right, get that down. Write that down. MBR Radio. MBR Radio. Talk to you later.
We'll be right back. You're listening to the best station.
Hey everybody, it's HTrain here. Join us every Monday night on mbradio.us where we talk to top nonprofits every 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think I forgot to mention that, Rob.
You did, but you did mention it. That's okay. But yeah, we're looking to have all those veteran companies or all those companies help us out. We're also looking to feature you on the show. We want to talk to you. So give us a call. We'd love to have you on the show.
Right. What we do is we interview top nonprofits that are more focused on the family and not so much on the checkbook. If you can't get online, that's okay because our podcast comes on right after the show ends on Stitcher, iTunes, iHeart, Spotify, you name it, we're on it. So, and you don't want to miss a show because you never know what I'm going to say next.
Sometimes you don't even want to know.
So, listen to the HTrain show right here on MBR, giving our veterans a voice.
Up in the air! Woohoo! I'm attorney Diane Sawaya. COVID may be affecting our everyday lives, but we're still here to fight for you. We may use technology to get the care you need, and we can handle your paperwork electronically. But there's one thing that hasn't changed. We still won't back down. We'll get the results you deserve, safely.
Diane Sawaya. Smart, aggressive, compassionate. Call 303-758-4777.
Hey, this is Reverend Gary Belk here with Rightly Dividing the Word of Truth. Are you into religion? Not me. Hopefully you're not either. I'm into truth. So what is truth? Well, it's not relative, it's absolute. Truth is information that it's the same for everybody, no matter where you live, no matter when you live. We're into truth. And if you want to join us, it's at like 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I think that would probably be like 5 a.m. here in the Mountain West. And so we would enjoy for you to join us and learn truth. So here's what, let me just share with you just a second. 7 worldviews. What worldview do you have? I'm a theist. God created. And all of the worldviews other than theism are self-defeating. So let's learn together as to why they're self-defeating and why theism is truth. Not into church doctrine, except if church doctrine is biblical. Join us this coming Sunday. God bless you. I look forward to talking with you in the future. You join us this coming Sunday, MBR. All right, get that down. Write that down. MBR Radio. MBR Radio. Talk to you later.
Seven months ago was the first laser engraving I did. Didn't know what I wanted to do as far as my art. I used to hand carve, custom carve all the time. I was so excited. I opened it up, I plugged it all in, and I go, how do I get a picture onto something from this now? Wood is really unique in what it offers. It offers different characteristics, and I love the smell of it. I love the feel of it. Wood is just gorgeous. My friends look at it, they've always known that I've had an artistic side and that I really enjoy art. I enjoy doing different things. Wood has a story to tell, just like anybody's life. When I'm driving down the road, if I see a old...
And we are back, and you're listening to the show that... Almost. All right, and we are back. You're listening to the show that highlights all the nonprofit programs out there beyond the VA. You're listening to the HTrain show, and we had almost a perfect show. Now, I will say that the one hiccup that we did have earlier, which that was beyond my control. I have no idea what happened, but remember how like the music stopped?
Oh, hey man, on your control doesn't mean I'm not going to heat about it. So I am getting blown up with jokes. 98% of them are completely inappropriate. I'm going to test the waters with this one right here.
Okay.
What did it say outside the brothel when they were closed?
I don't know.
I screwed that all up. Hang on a second. What does the sign in front of the brothel say when they go out of business? Beat it, we're closed. And I'm not going to give the writer credit on that one. I'm not going to say who sent it.
Oh man.
How many millennial kids does it take to screw in a light bulb?
One.
None. They just all sit in the dark and cry. I like that one.
So I guess they named the new generation as like this generation or whatever. It's called the Z generation.
Okay.
So it's not millennials. Now it's the Z generation.
They can call themselves whatever they want. And we're Gen X, so.
Oh, I'm not Gen. I'm.
There you are. Same age as me.
Oh yeah, I guess I am.
You're a Gen Xer.
Okay, all right.
You're a Pearl Jam loving. Graduated in the
We
90s.
got 2 words to say to you.
Grew up on wrestling.
Right? Let's get out of here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is that time. As always, it is the 2-minute warning.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in.
It's the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. What we learned today. Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Sponsored by Common Ground Golf Course in Colorado. A place for all and all the game teaches.
All right. Rob, what did you learn today?
That's a good question. What did I learn today? I do not come here for the education. I tell you what. I learned that they will give a commission to anyone. And good Lord, that's exactly what I think of officers.
Oh, Lord. You know, I learned today that me and you need to go over to Common Ground Golf Course.
Agreed.
And talk to Dave.
Yep.
Get a commercial made, the sponsorship.
Yeah.
Renew it. Have him meet you, and me and you hit some balls around.
Oh, God. That's not going to end well. You've seen me golfing before.
Oh, no, you haven't seen me. I'm terrible. I'm terrible.
We did that thing at Topgolf that time.
I'm terrible though. Like most people, they'll go in and say, "Oh, I shot a 60 or I shot a 70." Mine is, I only lost 19 golf balls this time.
Yeah. I don't even have a complete set of golf clubs. I'm missing a driver. I have almost a complete set.
Oh, I got you. I got an extra driver.
I'm left-handed. Is my problem.
Oh, well, I have a left-handed clubs as well.
Oh, you should talk then.
Yes. So, but that's what I learned today. We gotta go visit Common Ground because I haven't seen Dave in a very long time. Before we get off here, we want to reiterate this Saturday. You can meet me. You can meet Rob. You can meet all the other DJs at Liberty Fest 2020, the second annual. It's going to be at DCF Guns in Castle Rock. It's going to be a good time. Rob's not going to be there the whole time.
Will there be any other guests there? Anyone special, perhaps?
No. I guess we have to say Max. He's flying in.
He's really special.
And then EJ's going.
I'm a sore loser, Max.
I think my pal's gonna be there, but I can't promote that he's gonna be there.
All right. Got it.
I'll show you the text what he wrote.
You should
so.
be there, folks. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
So whatever you guys do, we get out of here. Thank you once again, everybody, for tuning in, for supporting us, and continually listen. Make sure you share our program with a veteran this week so that they can find out all the information, because in life, things shouldn't be a secret like it is in the military, if that's not the truth. So with that being said, everybody, that's the show for today, everyone. Thanks for listening. We'll be back next week with an all-new show. And remember, you can listen to us again and again. The podcast of the radio show is available right after we get off the air tonight. And remember, we're here for you, not for us, giving our veterans a voice. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.